Hi, everybody. Welcome to People Powered Sounds here on WPPM LP Philadelphia 106.5 FM. Today we have Spectral Forces presented by the Fire Museum Presents, and we are fortunate to be joined by Steve of the Fire Museum.
Thank you, and some lovely feedback there.
Yeah.
I'm Stephen Tobin, the director of Fire Museum Presents. We're a presenting organization. We're going to be starting our 25th anniversary next year. We present a variety of different types of programming, everything from what you're going to be seeing here, kind of improvised free jazz of punk energy, to even traditional music, folk, psychedelic, you name it.
Cool. What can you tell us about the band we have on today?
Well, Spectral Forces. They're a trio of Alex and Julius, and Pete really has a great free jazz meets punk, fiery energy, and Alex is doing really important stuff with the vocal.
I'm Alex, Alexoteric, and I do synths, sounds, samples, soul. We have been playing for about a year and a half. We've been like friends forever. I've been friends with Julius for a long time, and then he basically introduced me to Pete, and they were just like, hey, do you want to just like throw some sounds down? And I was like, yes I do. I just do whatever I think sounds great and weird and dynamic. For me, it's more about like finding new things, experimenting, and just like letting this sort of like strangeness kind of just wash over you, you know?
starships. We memorize the patterns of the Dogon. Steal their spirit.
You might have something going for him. People would think you're right. You're not real. If you were, you'd have some status. They keep the world. So we'll go. Yes, I do not come to you as reality. I come to you as fear. Because I feel
Tulsa! Blackdom, New Mexico in 1901 is watching. Shankleville, Texas, 1867 is watching. Sandra Bland is watching. Tulsa! 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 Malaga Island, Maine is watching. Liberia, South Carolina is watching. Freddie Gray is watching. Tulsa! 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 Brentsville, Oklahoma is watching. Africatown, Alabama is watching. Aliceward, California is watching. Mike Brown is watching. Tulsa! 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 New Philadelphia, Illinois is watching. Wilmington, North Carolina, 1888 is watching. Oscarville, Georgia, 1912 is watching. Seneca Village, New York City is watching. Tulsa! Tulsa! Osage Avenue is watching. Tulsa! Tulsa! Tulsa!
because of the ones that are somehow interested in this knowledge. And see another person that's rejecting it, you will find out that you will have a semi-dim light just came on. And those people's light is still dormant. You understand what I'm saying? The reason why you can't tell is because you look at these two eyes, which is a cheat. Difference on the it only submits things which a series of events that do not exist. So the difference between you and the other brother and sister is they are more dormant. Their light is still off. Don't mean that they're negative. It's just that everybody don't wait just the same time. You understand what I'm saying? Every morning. So
Thank you. This has been People Powered Sounds, and we're Spectral Forces. That performance was called Sugarclees, the almighty Kung Fu Astral Pimp Prophet from 1984, John Sugarclees. Look him up and yeah, get back to us. We'll be astral traveling, all throughout the galaxy. Pete Dennis, Julius Masri, Alexoteric, People Powered Sounds. Thank you very much. Hello.